A massive storm system leaves a great deal of snow across the Midwest, but it's now putting those across northern New York and northern New England on alert. You know that. It's also triggered a bit of severe weather in the southeast, including a tornado warning for eastern Eccles County, Georgia, and Hamilton County, Florida. A little bit longer. Southeast having some problems tonight. Good evening. Welcome to WeatherScope. I'm Paul Emick. Well, some wintry weather. That's been part of the story. It's arrived very early parts of the Midwest. Have a look at Des Moines, Iowa here. Around 6 inches of that heavy, wet snow stuff there on the ground. That snow has snapped some trees, even brought down power lines. Here's some good news, though. Temperature's going to rise into the 40s throughout Monday, so the big thaw is underway. Start to cool it off, or keep it cool, but we're warming up just enough to get rid of some of the ice and the mist that has been such a problem around Des Moines. As we said, the massive weather system is going to affect the Monday morning commute and across the Northeast, including New York City, Boston, Hartford as well. We're working on this story tonight from the Forecast Center. Here's Christina Abernathy with an update. Christina?
Thanks a lot, Paul. We do indeed have a lot going on out there tonight. The eastern half of the country really being affected by the strong storm system. Let's take a look at the players. We've got everything from rain and storms to snow. This is where the snow is on the backside of this area of low pressure, extending now from Missouri back into the Great Lakes region, including Wisconsin and into Michigan. To the south, we have rain and severe weather. Some of the rain has been quite heavy, and some of the storms, again, have the potential to be severe. And then to the north, this is where we're going to be focusing our attention as we head later on tonight and into tomorrow. The morning commute is going to be rather messy for folks in the northeastern U.S. as that system continues to move through the area. We could be talking about some pretty rough weather there. We're joined now by senior meteorologist Tom Moore. What's in store for folks there?
Well, throughout the southeast, we have lots of thunderstorms and a ton of moisture back in the Gulf of Mexico. Strong jet stream for lifting aloft, so you have all that warm, moist air, and that lifting. Well, there could be some severe weather, but definitely plenty of heavy rain around the Georgia-Florida border, and then sinking down maybe even into the Tampa Bay area by the morning commute.
Okay, a look at our map shows what's going on. A cold front pushing through the region and plenty of rain.
Right, and this cold front is really going to slow down because the winds out ahead of it are more out of the southwest, so there's not a driving mechanism. The front will make progress to the east, and then we have winds blowing at different directions as you move up into the atmosphere. Southwest wind at the surface and a west wind aloft, so you have a little bit of what we call wind shear and kind of a jet stream aloft coming through Appalachia Bay, which helps to lift the warm, moist air. So we see this area of heavy rain, embedded thunderstorms, and the moisture extends well out into the Gulf of Mexico. So if you live in the eastern Florida Panhandle, along the coastal areas of Georgia and the Carolinas, and then even down farther south in Florida tonight, we're going to see plenty of strong thunderstorms and heavy rain.
All right, a tornado watch in effect right now for northern Florida, and we even have a tornado warning in effect as we head into southern Georgia and eastern Eccles County there. And again, our satellite view just illustrating how much moisture we've got to deal with.
And you can see just the blossoming of this tropical or subtropical moisture way back in the Gulf. And where's it moving? It's moving with the prevailing wind flow from the southwest to the northeast, so right into Florida. Now, as that front makes progress to the east, it'll tend to push this area of heavy rain down slowly to the south, so that again, about maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, we'll see the heavy rain around Ocala and maybe the Tampa Bay area of Florida. But in the meantime, a ton of heavy rain right in here, southern Georgia and northern Florida, as we can see right here on the radar. And of course, that tornadic cell right in there, just to the east of Valdosta, and the state of Georgia, and that's continuing to move to the northeast. So again, we could look for some severe weather, possible tornado anywhere in southeast Georgia over the next couple of hours from that particular system.
And of course, the rain extending well to the north, still affecting parts of the Carolinas, although it looks like some of the heavier activity moving out of the region now.
Right, a little bit more rain from Myrtle Beach and Charleston, but as you said, Christina, everything seems to be moving out to sea at the current time.
Of course, we're going to be shifting our focus into the northeast as we head through time. It's already getting some wet weather, but it looks like even more on the way.
Right, as the warm front moves up, Philadelphia, New York's going to have some rain into the early morning hours at least. Strong winds along the coastal areas of New England, and maybe 6 to 10 inches of snow in northern New York and into Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine as that warm, moist air runs into colder air, which is kind of nestling down from high pressure in Quebec. So it looks like a stormy morning in the northeast.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tom, for that information, and we'll continue to keep folks updated. Well, for now, we're going to take a look at what's going on across the rest of the country, and for that, we head back to the studio with Paul.
Thanks a lot, Christina. While northern parts of the Lone Star State have freeze advisories in effect tonight, conditions in the Northwest are much different. Let's have a look at how the happenings across the Northwest are quite different from the rest of the country. You do see a little bit in the way of some showers. You also see a lot in the way of warmth. Well, high pressure, a big stable dome and ascending air, has a clockwise motion around it. It's called anticyclonic flow. It means it's moving this direction. While some cool air is being kicked this direction, the warmth is still moving into southern Cal and even parts of Nevada. Also, a little moisture kind of trailing in here, some moisture being drug in along the coast, keeping some showers popping around Portland, around Troutdale at times, and around Tillamook, an occasional shower or two. Here you can see Seattle, also Everett, and even on Port Angeles and Whidbey Island are seeing some light showers as well. Looks like that's a trend that's going to hold on for a while. How are the temps? Well, let's have a look around. 51 to Portland right now. In the Bay there, San Francisco, 65. Around L.A. and Studio City, nice night. It's 73, 62 in Vegas. Okay, the temperatures are warm along the coast, but that cold dome of air I mentioned is allowing some